reality isn't a recent invention, but thanks to the efforts of Oculus, it's more viable than ever. At $600, Oculus Rift is expensive, and when you add the cost of an appropriately powered PC, VR as a whole is almost prohibitively priced for the majority of gamers. After spending a week using Rift, however, I can look past the price tag and see it for what it is: a key to a new era of entertainment. It lets you engage with games in ways that haven't been possible before, instilling a tangible sense of presence that's immediately exciting. Rift and its accompanying accessories feel like premium products. Nothing about it feels cheap or compromised. While it's hard to completely forget you're wearing it, Rift never feels like a burden when you're mentally invested in a VR experience. That said, games can still play with your senses in undesirable ways that Rift can't account for on its own. Adrift, for example, is a game about floating through a broken space station. Your body twists and turns with simulated weightlessness, and this made me feel so uncomfortable that I had to stop playing it. It's a product of how good Rift is at convincing your brain that what you're seeing is real, and evidence of the fact that software is an equally important part of the equation. Rift is for more than just games, however, and some of the most enchanting and least intense VR experiences are passive. There are 360-degree videos taken from locales around the world, as well as 3D-rendered short films that transport you to otherworldly locations, offering a taste of what virtual tourism and storytelling will be like once VR gains traction outside of video games. In order to get a smooth and enjoyable experience with Rift, you need a better-than-average gaming PC. The requirements aren't outrageous, and some people may only need to upgrade one or two components in their existing PC to get started, but to build or purchase a Rift-ready system will cost, at a minimum, close to $1,000, raising the entry fee considerably for some customers. Oculus has cultivated a wide array of games and passive experiences for launch, and everyone who has pre-ordered a Rift gets 2 games for free. One is Lucky's Tale, a 3D platformer set in an adorable cartoon landscape that borrows heavily from games like Super Mario 64. The other is Eve Valkyrie, a dogfighting game set in space. With racing, sports, adventure, horror, strategy, and puzzle games, to name a few of the genres represented in the launch lineup, there are plenty of ways to explore the potential VR introduces to video games. Of course, just because a game is in VR doesn't mean it's good by default. Eve Valkyrie, for example, is littered with microtransactions that detract from its initial appeal. Lucky's Tale, while charming and fun, pads out its levels by forcing you to replay them with alternate objectives. After 5 hours battling my way through an enigmatic dungeon, Chronos is, so far, an amazing game that recalls favorites like Resident Evil, The Legend of Zelda, and Dark Souls. However, it stumbles on occasion due to a handful of design flaws, including the unforgiving way that it allows you to walk into pitfalls, some of which are difficult to see due to Chronos' use of fixed camera perspectives. Clearly, VR games are susceptible to the same problems as regular games, but there's something about the unique VR experience that makes up the difference, at least a little bit. When I'm flying around in Eve Valkyrie, immersed in my virtual cockpit, soaring through space debris, I'm entranced by how convincing it feels. When you're playing a game on a monitor, the real world is an equal view. When that is stripped away and filled in with the world of the game you're playing in VR, it's a very powerful experience that traditional gaming platforms simply don't offer. $600 is a lot to pay for a piece of gaming hardware, but Rift is different from a console or a new graphics card. Rift allows you to experience games in ways we've only dreamed of up until now, and while it does require you to accept a few compromises in the name of immersion, it's worth it. Yes, you will look silly to anyone who watches you use it, and you'll potentially feel uneasy after an intense demo, but these issues can't take away from the fact that Rift delivers on its promise to enable more immersive and personal gaming experiences than we've ever seen before.